Hello friends, welcome to my channel Nihira Techiees. In this video, let me explain how to implement nested table in Angular Sounding application using Material UI Mat Table component. So before going to the implementation, let me provide one demo. This is my parent table. For the example purpose, we can consider this is the company. So in this subtable, I loaded respective branch and employee information, and this data loaded from API dynamically. So in this row click event, and for the example purpose, I just loaded two tables. So using this concept, we can load n number of tables also. And in this nested level, we did the first level only. If required, we can do the multi-level nested table also using this same concept. Okay. So this is my existing Angular Sounding application. We can start from the data. I am using JSON Server REST API. So this is my main object company. It's having some basic information. For the detail, I'm having one more object. Based on this code, we will get the branch and this employee information. Let me take the API URL. Okay. And for the branches and employee information, we can use this API link. So here we are just passing this company code. Okay. See, we will get the respective branch and employee information. Okay. And the next step is based on this data, I have created one model. Okay, this is my main class. The name is company. It's having the basic information. And additionally, it's having two reference. One is for branch and also the employees. Okay. And then we can move on the service side. So in the service side, I have two functions. The first function will return the list of company. So the API URL already seen, the same one we are using here. And the second function is get company data by code. It will return the employee and the branch information based on the company code. Okay. So the API URL already we have seen. So next we can move on the component side. So first let me inject these services, and then let me create one function, get all company information, and let me declare one variable here for having the company information. So the default value we can provide the empty array. Okay. So next in this function, let me call the services. So whatever data is coming, we can assign to the variable. And let me declare one more variable, data source. And we can convert this company list into mat table data source. Okay, this is fine. Next, let me define one array for defining what are the columns we are showing in our table. So let me provide the name is columns to display. We can provide some static values, code name, area, and branch count. So the example purpose, I just included limited columns only. Okay. And the same way we can define two more arrays. That is for our subtables. One is branch to display. So in this array also we have a code, then street, city, and for the employee, code, name, and age. Okay. So let me save this one. So next we can move on the HTML side. So already I have included this mat card. In this mat card content, we can include our table, and then adding this directive mat table. Anyway, we will use the starting. We can include this match charting also. And for the data source, we can use this declared variable. And the designing purpose, including one class. So next we can define the table row and also the header row. First, in this header row, we can use this mat header row directive, and for the definition, we have to include our array. Okay, and next we can create the table body row. So here the directive is mat row, and in this mat row definition, we have to include the data. So let element, we are making a loop, and in these columns. So next we can define our columns using ng container. For defining the columns, we can do one by one, and also if you have the similar columns using for loop, we can directly generate. In our case, we have a similar column, so let me generate using this for loop logic. And then adding this mat column definition. We can include this inner column value, okay, using interpolation. So next we can include the th, and the directive is mat header cell. And the text, we can use the same name we are getting from our column array. And we can include the title case pipe. Okay, so the same way, let me include the td also. Here first it should be td, and then it should be match cell, and in this match cell definition we can generate the loop, and the data should be, it should be like this. So let me save this one. See the output now. Okay, there is the spelling mistake. And one more thing I missed, for these definitions we have to include the star. Okay, and one more important thing we missed. So we just created this function. Let me call in our ng on it. Okay, so now we are good to go. Let me verify. So our main table loaded the data. Okay, so the next thing is, in this click event, we have to load the subtables. For showing some difference in this header, we can include some style. So in this header area, okay, this is fine. So next in this row click, let me include one event, just a click event only. So here we can pass this element. So let me copy this one. So in our TS side, I'm just defining. So the input is, and the data type is company. And let me define one more function, load subtable data. It's having one input, that is our company code. So in this toggle click, we can call this function. So next let me call the service from here, and the method is get company data by code, and we can pass this code. So whatever data is coming, we are getting from this response data. So next let me have the null check. So basically we will get the single object only, but in the format of JSON server we will get as the array only. So we can take the first record. Here I am checking one more condition. We are first doing for this branch, the length is more than 0, and if it is array, okay. And before that, let me generate the for loop for this company list, because this is our final object, okay. And in this loop only we are checking with an respective code. If both are matching only, we are just checking this condition and also assigning the variable, okay. So in this branches, so whatever data is coming from our API, we are converting this into mattable data source. And since we have the records, in this has branches also true. The same thing we can apply for the employees also. Just to format this one. This is for employee. This employee. Okay, our function is ready. Next, let me declare one more variable. This is for handling this expand and collapse. So the data type is company. It can be null also. And in this row click event, we can assign the value also. So first we are checking this expanded element data equal to our parameter value element. If it is matched, we are providing null. Otherwise, whatever data is coming, I am just assigning. Okay. So let me format this one. So next we can move on the HTML side. This one also a matter only. So in this definition, we can create one dynamic column. Okay. Let's show. So the column name we can provide expanded detail. And including one class. Next for this column, let me create one more ng container. First in this mat column definitions, we can include this newly created column, expanded detail, and then including this td. We can include the call span, okay, because we need to cover the complete row. And then let me including one more div. We can have one class also. And for handling this expand and collapse, we can include the animation. So let me define that. This animations. For these animations, I may create the separate video for provide the complete explanation. So currently we can resolve the issue by importing all the properties. So this detail expand is the key value we supposed to use in our HTML site. So let me copy this one. For triggering these animations, we can use. You're just checking this element triple equal to our declared expanded element. If both are fine, I'm setting value as expanded, okay? So that we can get it from our animations. So we are just switching the state, okay? So in this else scenario, it should be collapsed. For showing the difference, let me include one h2 tag in details. Okay, we have done. So and one important thing we have missed. So if you are including this dynamic columns, we have to include this property multi-template data rows. Okay. So now we can verify the output. See, it's showing like this, and expand and collapse also not working. So let me verify. Okay. The else scenario it should be collapsed. Okay, now it is fine. See, the expand to collapse is working. So the next thing is we need to load the table only because we have the data already. So let me copy the complete table structure. First we can load these branches, okay. So here including one h2 tag and saying branches, and then including this table and including this table row. So in this background color, some different color, and these columns to display, we can use this branch to display, and this toggle click is not needed. The TR is fine. Next we can include the TD using this ng container, and in this ng container also we need to change this into branch to display. And in this inner table let me include one more class. So this is for maintaining the 100% width. And one important change, that is our data source. Okay, so the data source should be element.branches. So let me say this one. If I'm clicking the second row, I'm getting the information. So in this third row, I don't have the data, so no need to show this content. For hiding this one, we can use this has branches has parameter property. So I'm just including this ngif. If it is having the data only, I'm adding like this. See in this, so in this scenario, it's not showing anything. So the same way, let me include the next table also. Because the data side already we have done the changes, now it is very easiest only. So the first thing is we are checking whether it is having the data using this has imply, and then need to change this data source, and then display column instead of the branch to display we have to use this imply to display, and in this tr definition also we have to include it. And then this multi-template data rows is not needed. So in case if you are using multi-level nested table, then only you're supposed to use. Okay, so current scenario it's not needed. Okay, the text also it should be imply. So instead of having the separate div, we can use the common one. Okay, now it is fine. See, so in this last record, it's don't have any branches, it's having only this employee. So this is the way our nested table is working. Now we are in the end of the video. Still, if you have any doubts or clarification, please post in the comment box. And also please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.